The video that I watched was about the high cost of our cheap fashion. And we learned a lot in the video about the fact that the apparel industry is the second most polluting industry in the world. She explained about the reality of the situation, the fact that back in 1960, 25 pieces were purchased by the average consumer a year, and now it's 3 times that amount in a year. She also touched upon fast fashion companies that trade with others for cheaper clothes, cheaper labor. She also explained what that really means to have that cheap clothing. It's fueled by polyester, which is polluting plastic made from fossil fuels. Ultimately, she broke it down into 4 different segments, letting us know that the polyester is non-biodegradable and that it also affects us when it comes to washing the clothes. There is actually microplastics, which I had no idea about that shed into the water while it's being washed and eventually ends up in the oceans. So ultimately, whenever we're eating the fish, we're eating part of that. She made the statement that 1 in 4 fish at a fish market actually have that plastic in them. Also made mention, why do we sweat more? Do we feel like we're sweating more? What's happening? Well, the material is non-breathable, so the heat gets trapped in there. And also touched upon energy intensive to create. It takes a lot of energy to create this material. So all of those things are ultimately affecting the pollution that we are experiencing in the world. She also touched upon the Department of Labor, stating that 80% of the women are working at low cost, 98% aren't even receiving a living wage. So that's going back into the affecting of the trade. She had mentioned trading with China being at 41.8%, which that was the largest amount out of all the trades of who we're trading with and the conditions that they're working under. She also talked about ethics and how does ethics play into this, and is it ethical the way that the industry is currently. They show you a picture of what you're expecting to have, and unless you're really paying attention as the consumer, you don't know what you're purchasing. You really have to pay more attention to that. She said that one of the things that she's learned about herself, she made mention, I think it's Marie Kondo had came out with that show about, do you love it? If you don't love it, then you get rid of it. And she was talking about cleaning out her closet in New York. She always felt like she had nothing to wear, but yet her closet was exploding. And I 100% relate to that, because I have actually started getting better with not buying as much and cleaning out and making large donations. I actually was doing some cleaning out of closets tonight of my family and getting another bag together that I'll be donating, because we have way too much. And why do we have so much? For some reason we think we need all that, but when it comes down to it, you're wearing the same thing and nobody really cares what you're wearing. Be comfortable, be happy, be you, enjoy yourself. If it makes you feel good, then wear it. If it doesn't do anything for you, just because so and so went and bought it, that does not mean that that's the thing for you. And that comes with maturity, and over time you do realize you don't have to have the best of the best. But it is always important to look good. So always remember that. When it comes to making sure that the consumer knows what to do. She set it up. She said, check the tags. Where is it from? What's it made of? Check the seams. I really like this one. I'm definitely going to do it next time I'm shopping. She said, flip it inside out, check the seams, see if they're already coming apart. If they are, don't buy it because it's not going to be worth the money. I did touch upon already, love what you buy, only buy what you like. You're allowed to ask questions, about the brands. You can ask different questions from them about what it's made out of and where they got that material from. Ultimately, think about your purchases in terms of cost per wear. Make sure that it's going to be an investment, because chances are you're going to have these things for quite some time. And as far as wanting to know if I agree or disagree with what she was saying, I definitely agree with her. Like I said, this was a real eye-opener for me. It's definitely going to change the way that I think as far as shopping and making sure that, I'm not just buying because that's the latest thing, or, oh, it's on sale. She was talking about H&M and how she bought all this stuff because it was on sale. I've been to H&M, and that is something that clearly you can run into because it is a good price, but how often are you going to wear that item? Just because it's on sale, you buy it. If you don't love it, then don't buy it. Also, as far as making sure that you are checking to see what you can do as an individual to make a difference. This could definitely impact how I would manage a business, how I currently manage businesses. I ask those important questions. How does this affect you? Does it affect our lives? And how would that affect your life based on, things that you're doing within your own business? And how does this impact business law? As far as how it would make an impact on that, everything is a business. And as far as the law part of it, you could definitely make some good cases out of this, making people aware of the cheap fashion that they're actually purchasing, how things are poorly made nowadays. We all agree on that. We all know that. Very rarely are things made in the U.S. anymore. They're putting that high price tag on there, and they've brought it in at a cheaper price, cheaper quality. So, yeah, I could see someone saying, okay, well, this is an ethics issue. This is negligence. Let's take them to court. Let's see what we can do about this, because the consumer is always supposed to be right, and they are to listen, so that way they can get those opinions and put them together so that they can have a better product to share. And those are my thoughts on the high cost of our cheap fashion.